we need to implement cameras kwa hizo cells. Kila mahali tunaweka cameras hapo ndani, na najua hizo zitasaidia. Tuweke kamera kila mahali, hata sijui kama like my notice in uko abroad they have those like bodily cameras ama askari, so that in any arrest that you are making, anything yenye unafanya utafanya nini, yani inaonekana, inakuwa recorded, so that hata kama kuna place now another independent body, hata kama ni journalism, they can see ya kwamba oh, by the way huyu ndio askari fulani 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 mwenye anatumia nguvu. Another thing yenye pia naona pia ingesaidia ni to enhance now hizo, yani kufunzana hiyo, now the community engagement ya kwamba si lazima hizi vitu ndogo ndogo kama hizi za maandamano, lazima mtu ashikwe. Hapana, mtu anaweza pewa tu punishment, okota takataka mahali fulani, you understand. Si lazima yani mtu anafungwa ati anapelekwa koti. Unaona kama hiyo ya nani ya Polo Kimani, ameshikwa bure na baadaye simu yake imevunjwa. Aside from simu kuvunjwa, tena amekuwa subjected tena alipe tena 500 shillings and he's supposed again to appear in court after 2 weeks. You understand? So tunafanya ni tukue pia na hizi vitu ndogo ndogo, mtu anaweza ambiwa akote takataka, such things. Then lastly, actually regarding police brutality, ni tunafaa tukue na a legal support for victims, ya kwamba kila mtu, anyone, achana hata na mabig wig to the small wig, kila mtu anahitaji proper legal representation. Everyone akwamba anazambia wakili wake, akibedhe walinivunja hii mkono, take action, walifanya hii kitu, take action. Hivyo ndio manze, I believe itasaidia kwa hizo police brutality in those cells. Nataka ni pia niwaambie, according to the constitution again, let me tell you this, and any Kenyan should know this, ya kwamba it is your right to freedom. That is your right. Anyone afai kukudeprive ya kwamba ati anasubject to torture, to corporal punishment. Askari hata kuwe na cheo aje, afai kufanyia hizo vitu zote. And any case amekufanyia hivyo, take legal action. Hiyo usi take it for granted. Take legal action, because I believe hii space tumeweka hapa ya enhance how do we end police brutality, and I believe hizo measures tukiziweka zitasaidia. Now acha sasa niongelee sasa hii maneno ya maandamano. First of all, it is a good thing that I am in this generation. I am a Gen Z, and if there's a point in life that I've
Black
ever
Obama.
felt proud to be. Yes.
Black Obama.
Yes.
Let me give you 2 more minutes.
Sawa.
2 more minutes.
Thank you.
Okay.
If there was a point that I've ever felt good, I'm a patriot in this nation, ni huu wakati. So nataka tu tuendelee, let's keep pushing. Tumesema kesho ni Uhuru Park, and I do not know if mazee tutakubaliwa kutransmit, but I highly doubt, but I believe let us just make a statement. So nimeshukuru for the opportunity, and Charlie and KOT Sonko, those were my 2 cents. Thank you.
My other co-host, KOT Edwin Manoti, can you say something? Yeah. Can you say something? Then we'll have Pius Osoro anamfuata hivyo, going that way.
Okay. Thank you guys. Asante for this opportunity tukiwa kwa hii space pia at this time of the day. What I want to say is first of all, we condemn all the actions zenye police wamefanya against the people who demonstrate, actually peaceful demonstrations. These guys, they can decide to turn a blind eye kwa watu wenye wanafanya looting, but ikifika kwa wase wenye wako maybe on a peaceful demonstration, they decide kwamba wacha tuwaangaishe kidogo. Today nimepatana one police she was a woman by the way, and aliniambia it's a good work yenye wanaendelea kuona inafanyika. These guys ni kama wamekuwa wakikandamizwa pia in one way or the other. So wamesema kazi iendelee, wamesema finye hiyo kitu kabisa, finye hiyo msee. So you can see how these people pia wao wana feel ni kwamba this is not the right way the government should be run. And other people, actually the older generations pia, they are in support of this movement. yenye inaendelea. Kitu ingine, ODM is a disappointment to the nation. ODM, by the way, from kitambo kuna watu walikuwa wanasema ODM. Yes.
Edwin,
Yes.
can you get somewhere usettle alafu uongee juu your microphone seems to have a problem iko na
Okay.
echo.
Okay, sure. Shortly basi.
Pius Osoro, 3 minutes twende ndugu.
Okay, good evening once more. I just want to say that yesterday was a success, unlike what some of us are saying, because when I was looking at what was going on, I realized that most towns were actually at a standstill. Like Nairobi, there was the business was not usual. You look at Kakamega, the business was standstill. You look at Kericho, Karatina, of all the towns, I have never seen that. And many other places, Kisii, Mombasa, that was a success. So even a little success that we make, we should be able to appreciate it and encourage people to continue doing the right thing. We are like people are in war, and when you are in war, you don't discourage your soldiers. You don't say that, oh, you didn't do well, or some people. You don't blame anybody. You just need to march on. You just move forward, advancing towards the enemy. So I want just to encourage us all. Tomorrow we gather, and as we have said, we are going to move to Uhuru Park, and I think at this point I was suggesting that we can change strategy. Remember that all along we have been using the strategy of we have been actually very peaceful, and under these peaceful protests, we have seen that we have been trying to access the city center, and sometimes, like yesterday, it was not possible because the police were able to stop us at some point, especially those ones who are coming from Thika Road. They were stopped at some point. Those ones who are coming from Ngong Road, and so on. So I think we just need to find a way of getting ourselves to Uhuru Park. And when we reach there, just like those ones who were like in Egypt, we just sit there. We don't burn tires. We don't do anything. We just sit there. And if we can sit there up to 1 million people, you see, Ruto will just come out of his hideout. There is no way he's going to stay there while we are at Uhuru Park. And for us to be able to succeed in this, because we are being listened to by these our police, they will not just sit there. They are planning also on how to counter that. So they are going to stop us from reaching there. So we have to change strategies in the sense that some of these things, when we are planning, we should not even say them here on space. We should look for a way to just discuss some of these things offline, so that they are not able to know exactly what we want to do. Sometimes we can even say that when we want to, we can say that we are moving to Uhuru Park. Instead, we do something else, so that we are not very predictable. Then the other thing that we can also do is to devolve these demonstrations. If they are going to stop us from moving to the city center, we can look for a way of ensuring that, like now in Nairobi, is where actually the action is supposed to be even more serious. Now, since they are stopping us from reaching there, we can devolve this and we move to the sub-counties surrounding Nairobi. For example, if we can have demonstrations happening outside Nairobi, for example, in Githurai, places like Kitengela, places like these other surrounding places around Nairobi, if we can engage the police there, you will find that they will not be able to have all the resources they need, the human resources, that is the police. They will not be able to have enough water cannons, to move to all these places. So you'll discover that we'll be able to defeat them. So we can change that strategy as from next week, and we say now we can move to the sub counties. Now, once we engage them there and we defeat them, we can then now move to the city center and do whatever we want to do. Actually, think about how we started. This war, when we started, we were very close. We were doing things together, and online, the soldiers who were online, they were all together. They were in unity. We can go back there. But it reached a point where we got distracted by those people who are paid by Ruto, and we started blaming each other. Oh, huyu amelipwa, huyu amelipwa. And then we use a whole day discussing somebody, an individual. You see, that one we were just doing the work of our enemy. So we can come back and be as a unity, as a unit, so that we work in unison to achieve the common goal. Because even that enemy of yours that you want to say that, oh, this one you are blaming, oh, huyu hakuja ako online na hakuja, huyu amelipwa, these influencers, a number of them, they have that's why they're called influencers. So they influence other people, they influence masses. So if you keep on, if you distract people, an influencer, then even those people support that influencer will also withdraw. And if they withdraw, then we will, our numbers will keep on diminishing. So we will not be as a unit. So let us go back to where we started. Let us be a team as we were, and then we ignore any other distractions that will come on our way. These small distractions. I'm very sure that we are going to win. We cannot afford, and to lose this war, because you realize that if we lose this one, we are going to suffer. We are going to suffer. This guy will ensure that he will stamp his authority seriously. So let us not drop it. Let me stop there so that I allow others also to contribute. Thank you.
On a point I was making, ningependa kumalizia kwamba you guys mmeona how ODM is
Can I
behaving.
take the mic or there's someone we are on the queue?
Tulia, ngoja kidogo. So guys, mmeona how ODM is conducting itself kwa hii time yote ya maandamano since we started.
Hello.
ODM is yani wamegeuka, like they want to take advantage of this maandamano to find their way into government. I would say they have decided kwamba they will not stand for the truth. Actually it's a disappointment kwamba hii ni kama ni tabia yao. That's why people walikuwa nasema ODM iko na chaos. Those people they behave vile wanataka. Sasa wameanza kuingia kwa government, wameanza kuruka watu wao, wameanza kuruka the other parties. As we continue sanitizing hii government, kuna watu wengine wanaendelea kurudi na ile maana yenye tunajaribu kutoa, like the CSS wenye wametolewa ama CS walitolewa. Ni kama unafagia nyumba, mtu anapita nyuma anaendelea kukanyaga huko. These guys wameanza kutumia blackmail kurudi kwa serikali saa hii. They are paying masses, wanaenda kutafuta watu kwa bodaboda huko, wanawalipa so that they can chant kwenda huko kwa barabara wakiimba eti waforce serikali, waforce Ruto ndiye aende kuwarudisha kwa government. Ukiona hata watu vile wanaongea, kiburi ingine imeanza kurudi. I don't know why, but the fight is not over yet. We need to push. We need to do something for these people to realize kwamba we are not joking and we are not playing games. We need to stand as a unit and fight till tufike mwisho. We must see actions and results coming out of this. Tusikuwa tunapigana tufike mahali muanze kukufa, kitu imefanyika, watu wameenda, watu wamenuliwa. Let's fight itaisha. By the way, mkiendelea kupigana fight inaisha. let's fight hadi mwisho. Hapa nje watu wanawasupport. Actually, a lot of parents, I don't know why, I've met, unakaa mahali unapata wazazi wanakuja wanaongelea hii fight ya Gen Z, hii fight ya Gen Z nayo ni kali. It's a good one, it's a good one. Like they feel kwamba kuna kitu mmefanya yenye hawakuweza kufanya wao. Wamekuwa in dark, yani ile design wanaona if we speak things will go wrong. If we do this maandamano tutashutiwa tukufe. And someone has, hata ukinyamaza you will die at one point, but you will live in a way that the policies zenye ziko kwa government zinakukandamiza and you will not enjoy the living you are having. So it's good you speak out, muende nje and make sure the government changes how it operates. Make sure the government shares the resources equally or across all the regions. Make sure the government does not conduct in a corrupt way, and make sure the government is accountable to their actions. That's how we must push the operations of this government. Lazima, the government must work for the people. It's not people who should be working for the government. The government is constituted of some few people there. So mkianza kuwafanyia kazi ni kama unajivunja tu mgongo kulisha watu wawili hapo. While they are the one who are controlling the resources which should be trickling down to the people for them to have an ample ground to do their businesses, wafanye biashara zao, waendelee na kazi zao, they make profits. Sasa mtu akishaenda kufanya biashara unamwattack from all the sides with taxes, anabaki na nini? So we should be fighting for all these things until we achieve. Thank you. Tuendelee wasee, sijui Chali utalida vile wataongea and we continue.
Okay, next ni Akimu alafu Tutana, hivyo mkienda hivyo dakika tatu ndugu zangu
I want to pass my condolences to the guys who left us. Two, I want to say that the government, we must force the government, we must compel the government to compensate these young guys, the families of these young guys who died and those who suffered injuries, severe injuries, because some of them will not be in a position to do anything to themselves for the rest of their lives. There are people who are completely maimed. Those who died, I want you to agree with me that maybe some of them were a light to their families, and their families had a lot of hope in them because these are young people, well educated. So the government must compensate their families so that families will also have something that they can, rely on. Three, I want to say today, this evening, I'm very disappointed. We are partyless, but some parties, they want to use the Gen Z appraising for them to be appointed into the Kenyan parliament. You saw what the ODM is doing. I want to say we must tell members of the ODM party that young people did not die for them, for some quarters of their party to be appointed into the cabinet. The bare minimum should be at least 2 young people to be appointed into the cabinet of the opposite gender. Musalia Mudavadi, who is currently occupying an constitutional office, got into to cabinet at the age of, he was appointed into the cabinet at the age of 28 years. So ODM should not be appointed into the cabinet. They had the demonstrations, they achieved nothing. William Ruto did not listen to them, President William Ruto. Now they want to take advantage of us so that they can go to, which we should stop them. 4, I want to say that we must be our brother's keeper. Let us be our brothers and sisters' keepers. Let nobody be abducted in your presence. I have seen some people, plainclothes officers, arresting members of the public, and we let it be. We have to stop these people. If anybody comes to arrest a person and they do not identify themselves as police officers, we should protect our comrades. We should not allow them to be, abducted. In 2027, we must arm ourselves with IDs. So the department that is responsible for printing ID cards must do that with high efficiency, very fast, so that in 2027, we will be well armed to vote a rogue regime out of power. We also demand that the president fire all the corrupt CEOs of all parastatals and fresh appointments that reflect the face of Kenya should be made. Because as things are right now, most of those appointments are filled by members from two communities. Kenya, we have over 42 tribes, and any appointment must be made to reflect the face of Kenya. Then I have a proposal. We have some people who are small wings, like myself. We need to come up with an hashtag so that if anybody is arrested, no matter the number of followers you have, you can use that hashtag. Then members in KOT can be in a position to identify you and push for your release. So that is something that I can live with us so that we think about it. We have an hashtag that we can use. We must continue to, foster civic education within our capacity, and we must also disarm goons. We must not run away from goons. They are powerless. It is only that they do not have civic education. They do not understand their civic duty. I want to congratulate JNCs in Kakamega and Kericho. They disarmed goons. We are peaceful people. We go to the streets with a bottle of water, the Kenyan flag, and a mobile phone, not with sticks. So we have to disarm goons. The Kakamega team and the Kericho team, they led us, they showed us the way. When you see goons, disarm them, give those things to the police, and give them, pump into their head civic education. Let them understand their civic duty. I think those are my contributions. I will hand over to to the moderators that you can pass the mic to the next speaker. Let us follow each other. Thank you.